Weltering heat of a Caracas afternoon, where the air hums with uncertainty and the distant rumble of military drills echoing across the sea. Venezuela finds itself teetering on the edge of a geopolitical storm. It's Sunday, November 16th, and the nation already scarred by years of economic turmoil, disputed elections, and iron fisted rule under President Nicolas Maduro is now staring down the barrel of a potential U.S. intervention. As the sun dips towards the horizon, breaking developments paint a picture of a country mobilizing for defense while pleading for peace, all amid whispers of sabotage, opposition defiance, and an unprecedented American naval buildup. This is the story unfolding in real time, a high stakes drama that could reshape Latin America. Picture this: the mighty USS Gerald R. Ford, the world's largest and most advanced aircraft carrier, slices through the turquoise waters of the Caribbean Sea, its decks bristling with fighter jets, more than Venezuela's entire air force combined, flanked by destroyers and submarines as part of Operation Southern Spear. This floating fortress arrived today under direct orders from President Donald Trump, ostensibly to combat narco terrorism and defend U.S. interests. But in the halls of the Miraflores Palace, Maduro sees it as nothing short of an invasion prelude. This aggression is against all of America, against all humanity, he thundered in a fiery address earlier this afternoon, his voice cracking with a mix of defiance and desperation. He slammed joint U.S. Trinidad and Tobago military exercises as irresponsible, labeling them a direct threat to Caribbean peace and Venezuelan sovereignty. In a surreal twist, Maduro even broke into song, crooning John Lennon's Imagine as a plea for harmony amid the saber rattling. As the carrier's shadow loomed larger, Maduro didn't stop at words. He rallied his supporters in Miranda State, juramating Bolivarian committees of integral defense and declaring Venezuela a country of God, invoking divine protection against what he calls Goliath forces. We are the people of David against Goliaths. We've already defeated in history, he proclaimed, urging mass mobilization and vigils to counter the perceived U.S. onslaught. In commending the nation of Jesus Christ, Maduro called on Venezuelans and even Americans to pray against war, framing the crisis as a spiritual battle as much as a military one. Behind the rhetoric, reports swirl of Maduro offering the U.S. access to Venezuela's vast oil reserves in a last ditch bid to de escalate, while intelligence suggests Russia is quietly distancing itself, unwillingly to commit troops amid its own strains in Ukraine. But the drama doesn't end with Maduro's pleas. From the shadows of opposition strongholds, Maria Corina Machado, the fiery leader barred from running in last year's disputed election, issued a bombshell audio message this afternoon, addressing Maduro's loyalists in the military and security forces. She urged them to lower your weapons and defect, warning that the decisive hour is imminent, evoking heart-wrenching stories like that of kidnapped activist Luis Mendoza, whose daughter cries, she said, would haunt perpetrators forever. Machado painted defectors as heroes, reclaiming a bright future from the ruins of tyranny. Her words, amplified across social media, signal a potential fracture in Maduro's iron grip. as whispers of internal dissent grow louder. Adding fuel to the fire, fresh reports of sabotage emerged within, where 3 electrical towers were toppled, plunging parts of the region into darkness. State utility Coropelic blamed it on deliberate attacks, echoing Maduro's accusations of CIA plots, though evidence remains unverified. This comes just over a year after a major blackout that crippled the capital, which the regime also attributed to foreign interference. As power flickers and tensions spike, U.S. Army Secretary Dan Driscoll stated American forces are ready to act if asked. While analysts warn the table is set for military action, on the streets of Venezuela, the mood is electric, literally and figuratively. Protesters in U.S. chant, "Hands off Venezuela," decrying the buildup as imperial overreach, while in the capital of Venezuela, loyalists vow resistance. With the Ford carrier expected to fully position within hours, and Maduro's calls for unity clashing against opposition defiance, the world watches breathlessly. In this spark that ignites a new conflict in the Americas, or a bluff that fades with the setting sun. As night falls on this fateful Sunday, one thing is clear. Venezuela's fate hangs in the balance, and the next chapter could rewrite the map of global power. If you enjoyed and found value in this content, presented in story format, hit like, subscribe, and notification bell so you can get the latest on this and other global conflicts from around the world. Thanks for watching and or listening. And as always, stay informed.